Did you know that Minecraft has a feature that I don't think many people know about? This feature is shown a lot in-game, but most players don't pick up on it. When looking at items, have you ever realized that different items have a different text color? Now, you might just think that Mojang did this to try and make some items stand out among the rest, but there's actually a meaning to this. Minecraft actually has an entire rarity system for items and advancements, starting with common to uncommon, rare, and lastly, epic. Common is most items. They are your basic tools, blocks, and everything in between. Uncommon are your treasure items, like Hearts of the Sea, and drops from bosses, like Nether Stars and Dragon's Breath. Rare is some trickier to obtain treasures, such as music discs and golden apples, as well as items crafted from boss drops, like beacons and end crystals. Lastly, epic items are mostly reserved for extremely difficult to obtain treasures, including enchanted golden apples and a dragon's egg, as well as most creative only blocks. Advancements also have rarities, but there are only two. The normal ones get the uncommon rarity, and special challenge advancements get the epic rarity. What is the fastest you can get every mineral? Because speedrunners have found it to be 1 minute and 9 seconds. The speedrunner with this time is named Hacking Noises. Before starting their run, they put in this seed, which is insane for this speedrun. As soon as the world loads in, they waste no time running to this buried treasure, grabbing gold, iron, an emerald, and a diamond, as well as some TNT. Running over to this tree, he uses one TNT to gather up some dirt and logs, using it to craft a crafting table and sticks. Next, he goes to the bottom of this ocean and places the other TNT. Placing down the crafting table, he crafts a bucket and iron and gold pickaxes. When it blows up, he grabs another mineral, coal, as well as flint. With that, he swims to this amethyst geode and grabs an amethyst shard, swiftly leaving to fall down to this ravine to get lapis, redstone, and copper. So they craft up a furnace and chuck in the copper. While waiting, Hacking Noises casually speedruns, making a nether portal and jumps in, also breaking the furnace to get the copper ingot. When teleported through, they quickly grab a quartz. Then they run to a bastion behind them, breaking in and jumping to grab the final mineral, netherite. Minecraft is a great game with many great features, but on the other hand, there's always some features every update that seem, to put it bluntly, completely useless and even sometimes absurdly frustrating. Just like the infamous wandering trader. Why is this guy even in the game? Like, seriously. It seems like a cool idea on paper, a villager that will randomly pop into your view giving you useful trades. But that's where it already fails, with its best trades being buckets of fish and saplings. This guy could have been really cool, but unfortunately not. When the best thing about your feature is getting rid of it, you've already lost. As well, poisonous potatoes are an interesting feature. They are probably the only feature in the game that serve absolutely no purpose but to hurt you. Other than the obvious, where it gives you poison when you eat it, you can't plant them on farmland or bake them. As well, you can't even compost them. It's also a massive pain for farms. With a 2% chance of dropping and often being found in shipwrecks, they aren't incredibly hard to get either. So honestly, Minecraft, please just add archaeology already. I let an AI write the script for this Minecraft video. Not now. Marcus Pearson, better known by his YouTube alias Notch, has released a short teaser for his next video game, Dungeon Travelers 2. In the video, he puts on a Batman voice and explains that the video is written by an AI system. Wait, what? In the future? Yes, in the future. I am just gonna come out and say it. Don't say anything. Not even a single whisper. Just watch this video and take in the beauty of it. And stay tuned for the official trailer of this Minecraft video. You will understand it. I promise. Wait, are we all gonna die from an AI? Or from cannibalism? Or from what's inside this corner? A giant crunchy T-Rex? I'm not sure, but I know that I'm not ready to die just yet. Oh, and FYI, if you ever wondered why we play video games, the answer is probably because they are teaching us how to program computers. Subscribe, please. What is the fastest you can get every sword? Because to get all 6, crazily enough, it's only 20 seconds. The speedrunner who achieved this time is named Magnetic Maybe. Hopping into the speedrun, Magnetic Maybe uses this seed. As soon as he spawns into the world, he runs to this ruined portal, opening the chest and getting only a piece of obsidian, a gold axe, and a fire charge. He turns around getting 4 logs, then quickly crafts them into planks. Then getting a crafting table and 4 sticks. Placing the last obsidian and using the fire charge, Magnetic Maybe finishes the portal and hops in. Before being teleported, he breaks the chest, getting the first sword, the golden sword. As soon as he's in, he immediately jumps down to the bottom of this bastion. He then gets into this chest and grabs a diamond sword, breaking 2 deep slate for a stone sword, then grabs iron, another diamond sword, and a netherite ingot. Going to the crafting table, he makes a stone sword, iron sword, wood sword, and a smithing table. Placing down the smithing table, he gets a netherite sword, finishing subscribe. Minecraft is a very strange game and allows you to do some stuff like this. Yes, you're seeing correctly. The dog's tail is spinning. But why? Well, as most players know, a dog's tail is connected to its health. When it has a lot of health, it goes up, and when it's low in health, it goes down. So, if a dog simply keeps gaining health, the tail would just keep going up. And luckily, with commands, you're able to do that. First, by giving a health boost, which will give it a massive amount of hearts. Then regeneration to heal all of those hearts, making the tail spin, just like something else that can spin, minecarts. And you might think that the fastest you can go in minecarts is simply using powered rails, but there's actually a better way. And this method uses only basic rails. So outside of time, you also save resources. What makes you go faster is actually nothing special. Like I said, it's just normal rails, but you're placing them in a special way. When you place it like this, you'll see an insane change in speed. When using powered rails, you go at a speed of 8 blocks per second, but this tactic brings it up to double that at 16 blocks per second. Subscribe, please. Minecraft's community has made Minecraft one of the most cursed games, and there's one creator who is pioneering in this. Mick Mackenstein. Over years of making interesting and strange additions to Minecraft, they've produced some incredible things. So let's look at some of the best. Most recently, he made a data pack that adds a block he's dubbed Bending Super Pistons, which, as the name implies, are bendable pistons that still work like normal. So you can create some really cool things, and these could theoretically go on forever, just at the expense of your PC. Another one of their interesting creations happens to be when you drop an anvil on a diamond block. It creates one of the game's most cursed things, a diamond ball. But more than just looking pretty cool, there's actually a really OP use to this. You can push them, and the further they go, the more diamonds that will explode out of it when it breaks. Subscribe, please. What is the fastest you can get the hero of the village advancement? Because speedrunners have found it to be 1 minute and 6 seconds. To get the hero of the village advancement, you must defeat a raid, killing all of the waves. But in this run, he doesn't need to do that. You'll see. This time was achieved by speedrunner Fell_MC. When he spawns in, he runs to get wood from the iron golem cage, crafting that into a sword. He kills the illager with the banner to get the bad omen effect. Next, he makes sure that he has an illager following him as he runs to a nearby village. Now, the reason for this is because it helps him complete a glitch called a raid skip. But to get the hero of the village effect, you have to kill at least one attacker. So that's where the one you brought over comes into play. This seed also helps you perform a raid skip because of the convenient mountain right next to the village. When Fell goes into the village and starts the raid, the first wave spawns on top of the mountain. But because of how far away they spawn, the game doesn't count it as a part of the raid, making it so only the illager he brought over is counted. Fell kills the illager, allowing for himself to get the advancement, and also starting a new wave. But just like last time, it spawned at the top of the mountain, instantly ending the raid. Because of entity cramming, you can only have 24 entities on one block, right? Well, yes, if you're thinking about it in the traditional way of simply spawning mobs in a 1x1 area. But with this sneaky feature, you're able to completely destroy this number, getting over 6,000 entities in one block. Now, how it's done is by using beehives. Beehives are able to carry 3 bees, and filling up shulker boxes full of beehives will get 81 mobs in one block. But that's not nearly enough. By using a new feature, the chest boat, you are able to fill up the entire chest with shulkers full of beehives, getting 2,188 mobs. But we still aren't finished. Llamas have a max of 15 slots. Filling those with shulker boxes add 1,216 more mobs. Lastly, filling up our own inventory, we add 2,998 more mobs. And with the finishing touch of 2 parrots on either side, that is a total entity count of 6,404 entities in one boat, which technically you can put on a single block. Subscribe. Minecraft as a game has changed a lot since its creation in 2009, with many features being implemented as well as gotten rid of. Do you know all of these Minecraft features that have been removed? In an old version of Minecraft, it was actually possible to farm obsidian. All you had to do was create a simple cobblestone generator, then place down a redstone dust. That will make the cobblestone come out as an obsidian instead. And speaking of obsidian, did you know that the obsidian towers in the end weren't always in a uniform circle like they are today? Back in the day, they were actually randomly placed around, making for an interesting look, but I definitely prefer the cleaner feel of today. Minecraft used to have this really weird feature that I honestly don't understand. In older versions, when trying to sprint upstairs, Minecraft would force you to walk up the entire way, which, as you can imagine, was extremely frustrating. This is a pretty recent one that many will probably remember. Back before 1.13, you weren't allowed to place chests next to each other, meaning that your storage room would have to be a lot bigger. Subscribe, please. Did you know that the Minecraft ghast sounds were actually created by a cat? In a Reddit AMA from 11 years ago, C418, the composer for most of Minecraft's music tracks, was asked, are ghast mask noises a recording of your voice? In response, C418 said, not only, cats were involved. Then when another user asked how, C418 responded with this. Well, to make this story short, my cat has an interesting behavior of sounding very human if you disturb him while he's sleeping. It just so happens that a microphone was next to him when he complained. Also, did you know that another nether mob, the Blaze, was originally meant to not have eyes? On the official Minecraft.net website, back in 2016, they published an introduction to the Blaze, where Jeb explained, the reason blazes look like they do is that all the mobs are stuck to cuboid shapes, so I couldn't make something more flame-like, but I wanted them to look magical, rather than having arms and legs. As well as saying, the first couple versions didn't have eyes, and it made them very uninteresting in my opinion. The Blaze's texture was also updated in 1.14. Subscribe, please. You guys were right. I made a video a while ago talking about what block takes the longest to mine, and a lot of people have been saying that I was actually wrong in that video, which you're right. Reinforced deep slate does take the longest to mine, but only if you're talking about when using a pickaxe. See, reinforced deep slate has this pretty unique property where no matter what you break it with, the time it takes to mine will always stay the same, whereas with other blocks, the better tool you use, the faster it will mine. So yes, if you were to use a stone pickaxe or higher, it would take longer to mine reinforced deep slate, but because I was talking about mining it with your fists, I was correct in saying these 5 blocks take the longest. I've also received a surprising amount of comments saying that it's actually bedrock for some reason. If you're talking about the version, then yeah, that can be broken easily, but the block, no. Since Minecraft Classic Edition 0.020a, bedrock has not been breakable. Try all you might, stay there for weeks, get a pickaxe with max efficiency and haste, it can't break. The only way to is by using exploits, but that's not mining. Did you know that crystallized honey was once in Minecraft? Well, kind of. Let me explain. Crystallized honey was an unused item in Minecraft Java Edition. It was added to the game files for a snapshot of the 1.15 Buddy Bees update, but was quickly removed just 8 snapshots later. Sadly, this item was only ever in the game files and never saw the light of day. Just like another item, the quiver. This was in the game files for much longer than crystallized honey, but suffered the same fate. As well, at one point before the release of 1.9, Jeb said that the quiver might appear in that update. However, as we know now, this was obviously scrapped and the texture was removed from the game files. Though, instead of the quiver, we got tipped arrows. Something else that would have been a cool addition is the craftable horse saddle that was in the game for a short time. I still find it annoying how the only way you can find saddles and horse armor are through chests. I mean, we can straight up make portals to other dimensions and wear thousands of pounds of armor, but somehow throwing some leather and iron together is too hard. Anyways, this item could once be crafted like